Hi, everybody. It's Meredith here, and I just wrote a little bit in newsletter I'm sending out about a breathing technique that is really useful. So, but the importance right now, I mean, these days are crazy. This is what day it is. It's Thursday, March 12th, that I'm working on this, and things are getting shut down, travel's being canceled, college classes are being shut down. So there's really a lot of panic in the world, a lot of fear, and so I wanted to kind of remind you of a tool that you have right here. Is using conscious breath to sort of mitigate the just very palpable sense of fear and danger that's everywhere. I don't have TV, and I live alone, so I'm not as exposed. I get, some of the basic stuff I need to have, but that's it. But a lot of people watch TV, and it's just amazing what's out there. So remembering to or discovering how to use some conscious breathing techniques to actually calm and balance your nervous system and to shift the energy of fear. So brain science, brain researchers have shown in studies that conscious breathing into an emotion actually shifts the brain chemistry. It shifts the neural pathway. It sort of interrupts that automatic fear highway, super highway in your brain, of feeling threatened, feeling unsafe, feeling that you're in danger. Most of us live in some degree of fight flight just by virtue of being human, that the human organism, as we're finding out, is not invulnerable. It is fragile and it is vulnerable, and our lives depend on a lot of things: health, economics, the ability to go about our business, which is now being interrupted. So I wrote and described a breath technique that I highly recommend. It feels really good, and it makes you feel good, and is good for you. So in that article, you'll see some of the physiological benefits, and there are more, but I just listed a few. So in there, I talk about using a circular, connected, focused breath to shift the body, shift the physiology. When I am taking people into a breathwork session, I start with this because I want people to feel, first of all, safe. And most of us have been traumatized so that we don't. And the wounds that we have, our psychic wounds, our programming, our patterning from early childhood, it was put in there, and it came in with some fear. It came in with some sense of not being okay on some level. And so when we want to go into a breathwork session, a therapeutic breathwork session, we want to use a technique, a breathing technique that actually sends a message physiologically into the brain and nervous system that this organism, namely you, is not under threat and does not have to defend and can actually let down. And in that letting down, then, the subconscious and the patterns that are being locked up and held, and the sort of unconscious cocktails of neurotransmitters that keep us where we have been stuck, actually get a chance to shift by the actual mechanism of this conscious breathing. So the first breath I use in a breathwork session is that rocking chair breath. It's very gentle, and it's long, and it's expansive, so that you can really focus on what that feels like as it's sort of stretching you and opening you. It's slow, and it's very comforting. And invariably, as after, I have them practice like 2 or 3 breaths, it's like, do you feel that? Do you feel different? Yeah, I feel all relaxed. Sometimes they start yawning because you actually start shifting. And sometimes if if you're holding stuff, you have a lot of cortisol, the stress hormone in your body, you'll actually start feeling your hands and feet tingle just after a few breaths, because it's actually shifting that quickly out of a stress response and into a state of feeling safe and relaxed. And so I want to share that, demonstrate that with you here, even though I wrote it out in the article. Very simple. And I call it rocking chair because it has a rhythm to it. It has a circular rhythm. And rocking is a very natural movement of the body. We're rocked in the womb by our mother's motions, and we're kind of bouncing around on the fluid in there. And baby's in a rocking chair, and there's a natural rocking movement that is somehow a natural self-soothing movement that is built in. It's kind of hardwired into us. So here's the breath. I start by breathing in. My first breath is through my nose, because it's what I do. And most of us do. Inhale through the nose first, at least. And then the exhale is a very soft, almost just like a sighing, letting go. And there's no pause between the inhale and the exhale. You're not holding it top and bottom. There are different breathing practices where you inhale and you hold it for so many seconds, and then you let go and hold that for so many seconds. That's not this. This is different. Different purpose. So, to start, do you feel it? Do you feel how even and smooth and circular and rocking that is? Are you falling asleep as you watched me do this? Did it help you feel relaxed? Sometimes the analogy that I use is, think about the first breath that you take when you get in bed at night. You just let go. And it's kind of like that. And what this does for you, you'll feel it if you're practicing with me. I feel a reset. It balances the autonomic nervous system. So, being busy in the day, I'm working on this stuff and getting things done, and so then I stop and I pause and I take some of these breaths. I can actually feel a sense of relaxation and sort of letting down as my body shifts, and I actually feel a little bit of tingling in my feet. When I was practicing this earlier today, I found my head doing this little twitchy thing, which maybe shows me that I've got some tension up here because I'm, thinking and working and all this stuff. And so you're going to find that your body is going to start releasing. Your nervous system starts dumping. So most of us are dominant in our sympathetic nervous system, which is the stress. S for stress. But it's just, whether it's actual stress or not, or bad stress, it's just busy. We're busy. We got stuff to do. We got lists. We got kids. We got jobs. We got, things. And so what this breath does then is activate the parasympathetic nervous system. Think P for peace. So it balances it out and sends this message into the organism, that's you, that you're safe, that you're okay, that you can let down, that you can, kind of chill. And some of the people I work with are so traumatized, and they have had such traumatic lives, traumatic childhoods and even adult lives continuing through. And a lot of them have overcome and they're, doing amazing, but they want to clear up this lingering stuff. And I have people, after doing a breathwork session, feel so relaxed that it's like they don't want to move because they don't want to spoil it. Because they have never felt this safe and this relaxed in their lives. Which is a horrible thing to think, but at least they have it now. And some of these people are, they're 50, 60, even 70, who have never, ever experienced this sense of safety, calm, being okay in their skin. And what a gift it is to be able to share that with people. So as you're practicing this little circular breathing, you can stop and pause, in between different tasks in the day, at the end of the work day, when you're kind of like at a break point, or just when you think about it, or if you realize you're getting too caught up and ramped up. It's like, whoa, just pop a couple of these conscious breaths. And I wrote in that little article that, especially now, you can use that as kind of a wordless prayer. You can, as you just take that breath, you kind of consciously connect into the higher, whatever's higher for you. If it's God, Holy Spirit, if it's the universe, if it's your own higher self, however, what term, source, consciousness, it's the big one, the big stuff. So you can actually just kind of turn your thoughts upward and connect through the breath. And just have that moment of pause. And as you're doing that, it's almost like you're breathing in that higher energy. And you can exhale your prayer out to the heavens. And heaven knows we need that at this time, with so much panic and suffering and fear, not knowing what's going to happen. And so that may be something that we can do to stem the tide, the energy of fear that is sweeping the planet. We have actually, what if our consciousness and what if our conscious breathing was a good virus? What if we consciously breathed to counteract the virus, the physical virus, and the virus of fear and negativity and calamity? That's the bigger pandemic, I think, than even the physical illness itself. And so what if, as we breathe this, we were just spreading another kind of energy, another kind of virus, so to speak, into the ethers, into the planet. So I hope that you get some benefit of that, and of course get in touch with me if you have questions or want to know more. Happy to share. And also in that mailer that I'm getting ready to send out, I'm announcing a new breathwork training. This work that I do is just so flipping powerful. It blows me away because the breathwork process is really simple. It's deceptively powerful given how simple it is. But it's all in the space that you hold. It's all in creating a safe space, a sacred space, in which this person can breathe themselves open to God, open to their higher self, and allow whatever is programmed into them, like in the hard drive of a computer. You've got old file fragments that are screwing things up, and you don't know how to get rid of them, and your computer doesn't work right, and you don't know why. So this protocol, this technique, this modality is amazing at clearing energy just like that. It's like it just wipes it away. I like to say that we call in their soul as the big IT person to just defrag this, bug it, get the viruses out of the human hard drive, dump the cache, all those words, rewrite the algorithms, upgrade the operating system and the software, so that they can move forward. And they do. They do. I mean, I can't tell you how many people have said, you changed my life. Breathwork changed my life. I mean, it's like it just shifted everything. The stuff they've been struggling with for years suddenly was gone because we neutralized the energy of it. And the techniques that they were using, the behaviors that they were trying to implement actually started taking because they weren't fighting against their own programming. Their deep-seated subconscious stuff that was holding them back. So that's the power of this breathwork process. And my own breathwork process was developed when I went through, as a result of my going through my cancer experience, when I learned about the connection between quantum physics and energy and healing. And I totally took it in. And now I've merged the energy flow, the concepts, the principles of quantum physics as it relates to energy and healing with the breathwork process. So when I teach this, and we're going to start it online, so I have 8 foundational courses, so nobody has to worry about traveling. In your own home, online, you can learn the basics of both spiritual physics that allows you to open a bigger space and the fundamentals of the breathwork process. So it'll be 8 weeks. And I plan to do a free introductory session on April 7th. So if you're curious about breathwork and want to, experience a little bit more breathing technique, I'll take you through some things. And just learn about the training and see if maybe that's something that you'd like to add to your spiritual toolbox, either personally or professionally. Then just kind of read through, and there's a place to sign up, or email me at Meredith Davis. No, not that. Meredith at Sedona Healing Services. So I'm excited about breathing. I'm excited about what it can do. I'm excited about spreading this virus of training more people to change more lives. That's what we need. That's what we need. So I wish you all well and happy breathing and many, many blessings. Take care, everybody. See ya.